if you've ever started a clan boss fight, walked away to go get some food or whatever, and come back 20 minutes later and realize it wasn't on auto, then go ahead and push that like button down at the bottom there. And while you're at it, please do hit subscribe. We really appreciate the support, guys. Enjoy the video. Alright guys, just a heads up before we dive into this video. Want to let you know it's going to be a little bit on the longer side. I'm going to be shotgunning my way as quickly as I can through each faction to show you which epic champions are worth investing in, since we're in between two shard pulling events. This weekend, or the past couple days, have been 2 times Void. Next weekend is going to be Summon Rush, so a lot of people are going to be pulling Sacred Shards, so a lot of epics are going to be popping out. So let's get into it. The reason I wanted to make this video is because you're more likely to get epics than legendaries, unless your account is some kind of weirdly blessed by the gods over at Plarium. You're going to get more epics, and the real progression in this game comes on the back of epics, because you're not always going to have the legendaries that you need, but you are more likely to get the epics that you need to fill certain roles. Additionally, it's easier to max out epic champions. Resource-wise, you're more likely to get epic books than you are legendary books, so you can really max out people's kits or champions kits to really optimize how they perform. And sometimes there's a few champions that bring unique tools that no other champion in the game has, legendaries included. And even if they're not bringing those unique abilities, they do still bring useful kits that, when combined with other champions, fill most, if not all, the roles that legendaries would. So with that said, guys, we're going to do this as quickly as possible. I don't want to take too much of your day, so we're not going to go deep detail into each kit, but we are going to give, we're going to, just mention what they do. Let's start off from the top. Bannerlords. Archmage helmet, free champion. He brings increased speed, crit rate, crit damage, and a stun in his kit. He also brings some turn meter manipulation contingent upon whether or not you place that stun. Let's see here. Stag Knight, we have decreased attack, decreased defense on an AoE, right? So really strong for arena, strong for dungeons. Also decreased speed. And on a passive, he brings increased accuracy. Let's see here. We're doing this as fast as we can, guys. Jacquard the Sigiled, not Sigiled, not Sigiled, not Sigiled. It's Sigiled, right? Rant over. Anyways, AoE Provoke brings shields as well. On his A1, brings a decreased attack. Had to be nerfed before release because he was just too strong, and he's still pretty dang strong. Defense-based champion, so he's easy to keep alive. Ursula the Mourner, Strengthen. Decreased attack, brings increased defense. AoE Revive, like so much. Turn meter manipulation, right? Very strong champ. Lego in disguise, if you ask me. Warcaster, honorable mention with his block damage. I think, though, that's going to wrap it up for the Bannerlords. High Elves, only a few here. Royal Guard, enemy max HP damage on his A2. That's AoE. Very strong in Hydra, strong in all dungeons up to stage 20. After that, he gets nerfed. Tyrell, decreased attack. I think increased defense. No, decreased attack, decreased defense, increased defense on his aura. Okay. Some turn meter manipulation on his A3, and a decreased attack on his A1. Okay, Thenasil, honorable mention, not going to go into your kit though. Fergus, ally protect, continuous heal, shields, everything that you want. Scarab King, solo god, right? Battle Sage. We have auto revive, auto revive and an increased attack that can't be removed, so safe to bring that buff into Hydra. Not safe to bring the auto revive, but whatever. Still very strong. Resurgence or renewed popularity now that Hydra has come out. Sacred Order, very cool faction here. We don't need any more Sacred Order champs player. Give us some Skinwalkers. Mordecai, we got an AoE HP burn. That can't weak hit because it's just a place, no hit involved. We have Fenyks, one of the strongest A1s in the game. He has AoE block buffs or block skills on his A2, both of those, or one or the other rather. Deacon Armstrong, he has a turn meter push pull, decreased defense, turn reset, all kinds of stuff. Lego in disguise right there, if you ask me. Alright, also looks really cool. Cardinal, go second team queen, right? If you can keep her alive, your team can win if you build your team right. Inquisitor Shamel, if you don't know, then you need to figure it out. Okay, basically stops hard CC from going on your team. Very strong champion. In addition to that, anytime somebody tries to put a fear on you, he cleanses the fear immediately, boosts the turn meter of your party leader, and then attacks the enemy. Right? I think I have a clip of him attacking, counterattacking a Hydra. I think like 15 times for all the poisons that he placed on me. Let's see here. Godseeker Aniri, auto revive, preemptive auto revive, or revive on death rather, on her passive. She has a buff push pull for enemies and allies. Manual revive on her A3 with a full cooldown reset. Very strong champion. Also chip heals on her A1. I think that's going to be it for this faction that's going to make the list. Sanguinius is pretty cool, but not worth mentioning in this list. We're really going for like top tier epics here. High Katoon, good speed lead, free champ to everyone. She also boosts turn meter of your allies, and it puts an increased speed. Farrakhan the Fat, Blender comp, ally attack, very strong champion. Armina, I don't have her here. She's pretty good. Skytouch Shaman, AoE or full team rather, auto revive or revive on death. I think that's going to be it that we're going to talk about for this faction. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 champions. Everyone else is kind of meh here. Let's see. Ogren Tribes. Ugo, block buffs, very strong, especially with Hydra. Also has a full team revive if everyone else is dead. And she almost guarantees that she places that because she puts a block damage buff on herself if everyone dies, and an increased speed. Skull Crusher, counterattack, great for early mid game clan boss teams, even late game if you're missing a counterattack. There's only so many champions who have counterattack, so he's strong. Also puts an unkillable and is immune to those one turn hard CC abilities like stun, provoke. He just wipes them off immediately when his turn starts. Occult Brawler, great damage dealer, poisoner for clan boss. Grush the Mangler, free champ as a login reward. Yeah, heals, lots of good support coming from him. Decreased attack on an AoE. Really great. Maneater, the unkillable king, right? The OG of unkillable teams. 2 Maneaters, you got yourself an unkillable team. Mind you need some other champs, but still, these are the core ones, hardest ones to get because they're void. Prundar, I think, is really, really undervalued. Has AoE provoke, AoE continuous heal, AoE strengthen, counterattack, chance to counterattack when attacked by enemies under provoke. Uragram, still decent, continuous heal, poisons, poison on his A1, cleanse, big heal on his A2. Strong champ, just not as strong as he used to be, but he'll still make the list. Excuse me. Let's see here. Lizardman Yaric, continuous heal when somebody on any ally that receives 20% of their max HP, like chunk damage, he'll put a continuous heal on them. Also brings an ally protect, which is very strong. Venomage, Poison Queen. She does applies poisons, activates poisons, blocks heals, and reduces the damage of any enemy under block healing. Aox brings poisons on his A1. Increases duration and buffs on his when attacked for his passive. Big heals. Great champ overall. Was in my clan boss team for a while. Broadmaw brings the revive, much needed in this faction. Skathix, also very cool. Brings some shields. Steals buffs, decreased speed. And yeah, cool champion. I think that was a heal as well. I don't know. I think that's going to be it. Basilisk honorable mention. He brings AoE attacks. Sometimes it's not what you want, but he's valuable. Skinwalkers. Moving on. Skinwalkers. Taurus brings a ton of poisons. You got to be careful with this kit because he also reduces HP down to 1. Steel Skull brings big nuke heals on 2 abilities. Hofreeze brings the revive that you almost need in Faction Wars, right? This faction is starving bluff for revives otherwise. So yeah, great. Feyn, Clan Boss Killer, Poison, Weaken, Decreased Defense, like the whole thing. All in one kit. Decreased attack. She brings it all. A little difficult to keep alive, but that is okay. Let's see. Moving on. Orcs. Couple of good ones here. Seer, queen of it, right? Has an ability unlike anybody else. Strips all buffs, enemies and allies. Does damage proportional to the number of buffs that she takes away and proportional to the enemy's max HP. It's known, if paired with the Kymar, can clear waves in one ability, reset, clear the next wave, and another ability. Vrask, one of the best healers in the game. Heals on every ability as long as he's critting. Sandlash Survivor, she got that buff push-pull for enemies and allies. Also brings ally protect whenever an ally drops below 50% HP, and a block damage for herself. Duke, an alternative for Stag Knight, right? Because he brings the decreased attack, decreased defense. Also brings a provoke, so a little different. Shaman, free champion when you log in. Brings a revive, much needed, right? Old Man Yaric also brings a revive. So those champions are definitely ones you want to look out for. Sargala used to be meta, but her damage has kind of been power crept out of relevance, so you don't really use her anymore. I built her because I thought she was stronger than she was. She is not that strong. Demon Spawn, really quick. Akoth the Seared, you know, great for his AoE HP burn. Vildrax, you got Hex for Hydra. Let's see here. Achak, AoE HP burn or AoE freeze, depending on the stats of the enemies. Whether or not they have like higher attack or higher defense. Only complaint here is that it's backwards. So like you should be able to put an HP burn on a boss, but you can't, and you also can't put a freeze on him. So his A3 becomes useless. He also brings strengthen and block buffs or block debuffs for 1 turn. And his passive increases your turn meter or heals based on whether or not the enemy has HP burn or freeze. Let's see, Tarshan brings an AoE weaken, definitely worth mentioning. That's pretty rare. Let's see here. Magnar hits like Trunda-ish damage. Much needed revive for the faction. I don't have him, wish I did. No, it says I have him, I don't use him for the fusion. Umbral Enchantress, block buffs on her A2 for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Full-time block buffs on Hydra if you have enough speed. Okay, next faction, moving on. Undead Hordes. I was lucky enough to pull Vogoth before anybody was talking to him, and I built him before anybody was talking about him. Heals for 50% of the damage that he receives. Applies Leech when attacked. Has a chance to put an enemy's abilities on cooldown when attacked under provoke. What? Like, there's just so much stuff in this champion's kit, and he doesn't actually have to do anything other than like land provokes. Freaking great. Annex, great for clan boss, much like Feyn. Poison, decreased attack, weaken, decreased defense, all in one kit. It's nuts. I think you have some troubles speed tuning him though, because yeah, he grants an extra turn when his HP drops below 10%. Gorgorab, AoE revive, turn meter boost, speed lead, super strong. Seeker, turn meter boost, grant an extra turn, provoke, increased defense when critted, right, and heals when critted. Such a strong champion. Dark Elhain, honorable mention because she's a counter to Torment. If Torment's giving you issues in places like Doom Tower, bring her. Also relevant in Ice Golem, just negates freeze and nukes. Mausoleum Mage, great buff or debuff blocker and a cleanser. You know, worth bringing if you're missing that in your roster. Let's see here. We're moving right along, making great time. Caden for Dark Elves. Caden brings a revive, 2 random allies. Dark Kale brings poison popping, poison sensitivity, all in one kit. He's the poison master. Like, such a great champ. Free from Doom Tower if you're doing those secret rooms, by the way. Fane Cleric also brings a revive. Sylar, great support, builder for faction wars, not for damage, speed, you know, survivability, all that jazz. Madame Ceres, Lego in disguise, buff strip on her A3, decrease attack, decrease defense, chance to buff strip or steal rather on her A2. If she steals, brings a block buffs, fear chances all the way around when attacked, when attacking, all that jazz, and places a shield on herself at the start of each turn. Rion the Conjurer, haven't built mine just yet, pairs with Akoth the Seared, has a revive, has a buff strip, and an AoE weaken. Definitely needed for a lot of rosters, especially if you don't have a Madam. Let's see here, moving on. Knights Rev, Skullcrown and Sinesha, the AoE duo for Arena from Hell. Block death, unkillable, rather not block death, unkillable as her passive. Yeah, just on a cooldown. Doom Priest, cleanse, heal every time she goes, and increase attack. And yeah, you don't bring damage on her, you bring speed and survivability, and that's all she needs. Rector Drath brings perfect veil, continuous heal, nuke heals, revive, like. Lady does everything. Bit of a reader, I think like 12 books for her kit, but that's okay. Sepulchre Sentinel has a chance to block damage completely. She does block debuffs, increased defense, strong champion. Looks stupid. Very stupid design, but you know, good champion overall. Miscreated Monster, shield, ally protect, stuns, such a strong champ. Anytime anybody under gets attacked while under ally protect, they have a chance to be feared. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for this faction. Moving on. Dwarves. Oh god, so many good ones. Demitha, the clan boss queen now, right? Can do like the solo unkillable clan boss build if you have enough speed and the right supporting champs. Super valuable. Wish I had one. Use it for my fusion. Gala Longbraids hits like a truck, grants an extra turn if attacking with her A3 and still has full HP. Ignores defense on her A2, puts a shield on her champion for 2 turns, equal to the 20% of the damage done. Geomancer, clan boss, beast. Also a beast in many other places of the game. Steals turn meter, puts an HP burn and a weaken. His passive reflects damage if the enemy's under his HP burn and reduces the amount of damage that enemy does. A2 steals buffs. AoE decrease accuracy on his A1. Like, what more can you ask for from an epic? Rearguard Sergeant, super strong, pretty necessary if you don't have a Brogni. Ally protection, continuous heal, attacks all enemies. 50% chance to place in 50% decreased attack. Yeah, strong champion, especially if you don't have a Brogni for faction wars. Melga Steel Girdle, continuous heal, shield, revive, and buff removal on her A1. Runekeeper Dazdurk can be useful. I don't have him. At least I don't think I do. I might have crunched him on accident. Cornelia has a neat kit. I haven't built her out yet though. I haven't played around with her kit. I know some of the content creators are. So you might want to check her out. Lots of turn meter manipulation. Let's see here. For Shadowkin, last but not least faction. Especially since the faction wars have just opened up. Taragi the Frog, ally protect, provoke, shield, reflect damage, poisons on his passive. Like every time he's hit, chance to place a poison. Decrease attack on his A1. Great clan boss candidate if you're missing any of those. Borungiri. Super cool because he heals by 50% of his max HP anytime an enemy dies. Bommel's bombs count as enemies, which is why he's viable to solo Bommel. Takes a while, but he can get the job done. Chance to place Provoke on his A1. Attacks all enemies. Places a 40% chance of placing a stun. He can book up to 60. Strengthen on all allies. Also places shield on allies with less than 50% HP. And that's equal to their 50% of their max HP, so it's not the best shield in the game, but still definitely applicable in a lot of places. I think that's all we're going to mention in here. Sashi brings a revive if she kills somebody, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that might be worth mentioning. Faction's a little weak on revivers, so you know, if you need one of those, builder. The rest I think I'm going to skip over for now, and that concludes the shotgun overview of epic champions worth building in each faction. And some of these, honestly guys, are worth building ahead of legendary champions, just because legendary champions take so much time to max out with the books. You're gonna end up on average getting a lot more epic books than you do legendary books. With that said, guys, this has been a 20-minute video so far, so I think I'm going to call it there. Leave a comment with the epic champions that have affected your account, have drastically changed your account. I want to hear from you. Let me know if I missed somebody, okay? Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. We really do appreciate the support. The channel's going great so far. We're like a month and a half in, getting great feedback on our videos. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. We really appreciate you. You guys have a great one.